guys. I'm Tiny Morning Duncan is what I was trying to say. Morning voice. I know that like people commented last time I did a video with morning voice, and I'm sorry. Just the first couple of hours after waking up, this is how I always sound. I don't know why. I can't control it, so I apologize. People didn't like morning voice Duncan Boyd.
Morning voice Duncan Boyd. I don't have morning voice. Boyd, I'm fine.
I know, you got up at 6 a.m. I like the way I'm saying morning voice. It's clearly afternoon voice. It's 1 p.m. right now. I'm joined today by my co-coach, Jamie Boyd. I mean, it's a doubles league, so 2 coaches makes more sense than 1, honestly. He is the EV master. He is the genius behind the throne. We're currently 2-0 in the WBE, and I'd love to be 3-0. I think this is the trickiest matchup by far that we've had.
Yes,
team-wise.
I would agree.
And actually, I think that his team has a very strong matchup against ours. If we were building on the other side of the aisle, I think we'd be a lot more confident. Or I would be. I think he has a very strong matchup, but equally, I think we've come up with some really cool tech. And again, if I can execute it. So this week is all about tech, basically. It's tech time. Welcome to Tech Town. Population us. Because we didn't have a choice. If we didn't bring tech, we were going to lose. It's one of those in draft leagues. You don't have a good matchup against every team, but sometimes you can just bring the tech, bring the spice, and win. We are the most worried about a Selgor. If he leads a Selgor, we're in a bad space. But I still think his most likely lead against us is Seismitoad Rain. And we have the perfect and unpreparable for that lead. And the full credit for this lead goes to Jamie Boyd. I mean, Scarf Magneton is just a stroke of genius. So we're going to start with the lead, which is Gengar Scarf Magneton. I'm gonna let you talk through Scarf Magneton because this was genius, and you deserve all the credit because it beats both the scary leads that we're worried about, and it's all you, Boyd.
yeah. Like we weren't too concerned if it was a Seismitoad and just like a Sash Pelipper, because we'd be able to just KO the Pelipper quite easily. But if it's a Scarf Pelipper, that'll outspeed everything we have, and that Seismitoad and Scarf Pelipper would just run straight through us. So Magneton helps put a stop to that. We outspeed it with the Choice Scarf, and we'd be able to KO it with even just an Electro Web would KO the Pelipper. But we can Volt Switch it as well, get the KO, and then set ourselves into a good position to KO the Seismitoad. But it also covers the Indeedee lead as well, because we've got our own manual terrain. It is. So with the Choice Scarf, you outspeed the Indeedee, overwrite the Psychic Terrain to make the Expanding Force super weak. It's going to be glorious.
Electric Terrain, bro. No one preps for that. No one preps for the Scarf Electric Terrain. The tech here is insane. If he leads Seismitoad and anything, the play is always to Volt Switch the thing that isn't Seismitoad. Because if it's not Seismitoad, it's because he's planning on switching in Pelipper turn 1, which is one of his favorite plays. Because a lot of these players don't remember that speed is recalculated constantly in Sword and Shield. For those of you who don't know, this is a lot more important in VGC than in singles, of course. Basically, in older games, when you clicked your move was the moment the speed tiers were locked in. So before any moves were played, every move order in the turn was already decided. There was nothing that would change that. In Sword and Shield, speed changes dynamically. So if you double the speed of the Pokemon next to you, it goes, oh, that Pokemon's speed has changed. Which Pokemon goes next? And it's because the code now goes, who's moving next? Instead of, this is the move, then this is the move, then this is the move, then this is the move. It goes, okay, this Pokemon used to move. Now who's moving next? And then it looks at the other Pokemon and it looks at their speed stats. And it goes, okay, that's got the speed stat. That's moving next. And then looks again at the end of each move. It means that if you switch a Pelipper in and then attack with a Swift Swimmer, that Swift Swimmer is going to get the Swift Swim speed immediately. It's why Prankster Tailwind is even better now. Because you just give your team the speed immediately. And it's something he really likes to do. And so the tech here of Volt Switching that slot and then Giga Draining the Seismitoad means we get a double KO at turn 1 if he does that. Like, he dies. He loses both Mons. And we lose no Mons. We get Earthquaked and go down to Sturdy. And then, of course, Gengar has a Focus Sash. So, moving on to Gengar. Boy, disable Encore, Gengar.
Yeah, it's gonna pin the Indeedee down very well, because we can't really hit it too well with the Gengar. But if we have, say, Gengar next to our Urshifu, then we can just either Encore it into Expanding Force so that it can't touch the Urshifu, which with the Dazzling Gleam that it's almost certainly going to have, or we can disable the Expanding Force so that Gengar won't be taking any of it, or disable a Dazzling Gleam so that Urshifu can't actually be hit by the Indeedee. So it's going to be a very good way of pinning it down.
So it's really good control for Indeedee's moveset, because Indeedee has that awkwardness of being able to KO our two best sweepers that aren't Porygon Z. Porygon Z is so high above the rest that he doesn't count as a sweeper. He's a nuke, all right? Yes. Everybody else is sweeping up. Porygon Z goes, no, I'm destroying the floor too. Like, everything's gone. But no, our two best sweepers, Gengar and Urshifu, like, they support each other really well, and Gengar being able to say to Indeedee, you can kill one of us, but never both of us, is really cool. It's really cool. So I like it a lot. Giga Drain is there for Seismitoad, right? Like, basically.
Yeah, it's there for Seismitoad.
And then Shadow Ball is Shadow Ball. It's good. It's stab. It hits Reuniclus hard. It hits Galarian Rapidash, which...
Yeah, we needed one of the stabs to be able to Oko Rapidash, and Shadow Ball is in general better than Sludge Bomb.
The speed... Alright, let me look at these boy EVs, and using my highly trained Duncan brain on one of the most basic spreads you've ever given me, I'm going to say this speed is to outspeed Galarian Rapidash.
Yes. And max special attack, rest in bulk.
I'm a genius.
Pretty straightforward.
No, it's a straightforward set, but that's because it's Focus Sash. Like, as Boyd was saying with Magneton, it's very difficult to do, like, defensive calcs when the whole point of your Mon is that it dies in 2 hits. It has the Focus Sash or the Sturdy, and then there's no bulk, which means you're going to go speed and then an attack stat. That's just...
Well, with the Magneton having Sturdy, it just needed a tiny bit of bulk, but that just guarantees that it's 3-shot by Expanding Force.
Yeah, okay, so even the Magneton had a bit of bulk to be 3-shot by Expanding Force. That's true. Is that 3-shot by Expanding Force in Psychic Terrain? Or
in Psychic Terrain,
Good
yes.
lord. So 6-shot by... Or 7-shot by... It just doesn't die to the non-version.
No, if we click Electric Terrain, it's doing no damage.
Yeah. Urshifu. Now... This is spicy. We're using his own Psychic Seed against him, so we live Dazzling Gleams. Like...
Yeah, he's mainly got special attackers. So there's like 2 or 3 physical attackers. So being able to effectively get an Assault Vest while still being able to click substitutes and switch. You can switch moves with the Assault Vest, but you can click substitute with the Psychic Seed.
Yeah, so. that's what I meant. I'm the morning excuse. You know what I mean? I'm so used to Choice Band Urshifu. I'm like, oh, we can switch moves. Oh my god, I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's like you can substitute in front of the Indeedee. Yeah. If it goes for Dazzling Gleam to break the sub, then you disable it and just get another substitute.
Yep. And Snarl is actually it's a super clutch tech in this matchup. There are so many things that at -1 just aren't really much of a threat compared to what they were. And at -2 are completely crippled. And Urshifu could definitely just sit there and snarl. Like, if he's not killing something, he's snarling. Or he's substituting.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Wicked Blow, Oko's Indeedee, it Oko's Reuniclus, which is kind of insane. It just kills everything. We've talked about this. Urshifu's nuts. He's stupid. Unseen Fist doesn't work on Snarl, right? Because it's
no, Unseen Fist is only contact moves, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so good to know. Close combat and Wicked Blow going through Protect, though. Excellent, powerful, great. All of these spreads, by the way, because this is a very specific spread, and I'm sure Boyd will explain it briefly here, but all of these spreads are in much more detail over on Boyd's channel. We do the team builder here, but we do the deep dive and the team building system over on Boyd's channel. People say I don't care about his EVs. I clearly do. They win me games. Why would I not care about something that wins me games? I just really want to promote Boyd's channel. I think it's a phenomenal resource. I think he's one of the best VGC players in the world. He's definitely one of the best team builders in the world. I think the day that people unleash Boyd on a VGC draft league, well, we've seen what happens in the NBL, and the Team Jamie, they get messed up by the fact that there are 3 of them and they're arguing over what they should do, but...
yes, we do.
They've had probably one of the best track records in the NBL. I think it's between you and Dreamball for just the best overall track record. And I would love to see what you could do in a league like this. You know, without me hampering you with like my terrible plays. I'd love to see what you could do.
It's coming eventually.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'll just drop out and let you take over. I'll be like, oh no, I'm having too hard of a time. I can't do it anymore. Big League energy is now big boy energy, and
excellent. This was my plan all along.
Yeah,
subtle takeover.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So what's the 156 attack? Is that to guarantee the Okos?
That was the leftover, because it outspeeds in DD, it survives a final gambit from Excelgor, and then it's the rest in attacks. So it's got a 75% chance of OKOing a Dynamax or Gigantamax Duraludon. So that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty reasonable.
Pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I forgot about Final Gambit to Excelgor. That thing's such a problem for this team. It's so annoying. So annoying.
That's why we've had to tech out for it as well, because we've got a Ghost, we've got Sturdy, we've got Urshifu being able to survive. Porygon Z will be able to survive when it goes for Dynamax. So that should be okay as well.
It's just annoying because it's such a nuke. Porygon Z it's Porygon Z. Look at him. Look at him there, just sitting there waiting to get 17,000 kills. And does that look like the stare of a duck who cares about your feelings? It does not. I mean, what a savage. I finally used him last week, and it just, that second game against Zoe Two Dots just wasn't fair. Like, Porygon Z was just nuking Mon after Mon after Mon. I don't think we have to explain to you guys how many things Porygon Z kills with Hyper Beam. Tri-Attack's nice coverage. Thunder is for electric terrain. It's literally for electric terrain. We can get electric terrain up. Screw expanding force. I hate that move. It's not fair. It's stupid. DD expanding force is dumb, and I'm gonna take it away from them. And then Dark Pulse. What was Dark Pulse for again?
Got to have some way to hit the Palisand.
Oh, right. Just in case he brings Palisand. Yeah, I don't think he brings Palisand.
I don't think so, but just in case.
Just in case, yeah. He can't have 4 moves it's immune to. That's true. That doesn't seem like a great plan. We've covered Magneton. Now for the next spicy tech. Right. So, if Boit was playing, I want you to know that the 4 Mons that we would bring to game 1, or the 4 Mons he would bring to game 1, would be Gengar, Magneton, Lapras, Togetic. Because if Vivid leads Seismitoad, those 4 guarantee a win after you click your moves on the second turn. Like, you click your first turn moves, then your second turn moves, and you win. That's accurate, right, boy? Like, it seems accurate.
Well, that's the point of the Perish Song, right?
Yeah.
Because when we got 2 quick KOs, we just win if we click the Perish Song.
So if he leads with Pelipper, Seismitoad, or anything else Seismitoad, and switches in that Pelipper and gets the Volt Switch Giga Drained, which he will not expect, nobody is prepping for Choice Scarf Magneton in this league. Although they probably will after this episode. We literally Volt Switch into Lapras, and then if he goes Pangoro, which is the only thing on his team that can potentially OHKO a Lapras, the only thing, we protect and switch in Togetic, and then click Follow Me Perish Song, right? If he doesn't go Pangoro, and he doesn't have a Pangoro in the bag, we just leave Gengar in and click Perish Song, and win the game. He cannot KO the rest of our team with Togetic in the bag. He cannot KO us within 3 turns, especially with Lapras protecting, especially because our Dynamax wouldn't have been used, so we can still Dynamax Max Guard on him on. Like, in testing, I Dynamax Max Guarded Togetic for the last turn just to flex. I mean, so, yeah.
That would be a thumbnail.
Yes. So, it is a huge play to go for that. It's a huge play to go for Lapras, Togetic in the back. The worry is if he leads not Seismitoad,
yes,
it becomes a very hard game to win. It doesn't become impossible. Lapras still Life Orb, Lapras still hits like a truck. He can still Gigantamax. Sorry, big like internal yawn there, and I held it in for some reason. I didn't want to open my mouth on camera. It can still Gigantamax and hit like an absolute truck. It can still set up a lot of defense for our Gengar. Our Magneton is still in the back, like ready to come back in and scarf itself into a new move. So it is, and then obviously Lapras with the max ice, and then setting up the Veil, and then Togetic just spamming Follow Me and Life Do is incredibly strong. But it's a much harder game to win, and while Boit might have the skill level to win that game where he doesn't lead Seismitoad and we do this. I don't. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead Gengar Magneton, and then I'm going to be a coward, and I'm going to bring a Shifu and Pura. I'm going to uninstall Brave Browser. Hashtag Brave Browser. Hashtag sponsored. Check it out in the description down below. It's the only browser that makes you not a coward, and I get paid if you use it, and it's just better Chrome. Appreciate you guys. But I'm going to have to uninstall Brave Browser for this game, I think, because I do not think I'm going to have the stones. We're going to have to see. In Team Preview, I might just decide to go for it. I might just be like, look, we're memeing here. But I don't think I will. The game is later today. I'm spicy, but I'm not that spicy, and I'm not sure I'll have the stones to do it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with Shifu and Porygon Z in the back.
Yeah, I could still win.
They're two of our strongest mons.
Yeah, I could still win with those. Like, I don't need the Perisong tech. It's just the Perisong tech just guaranteeing the win is nice. Plus, it doesn't reveal Urshifu. Plus, it doesn't reveal Poryzed, who then win game 2. So
right, you can just do it the other way around. Just win game 2 with the Lapras instead.
Yeah, but if I lead Gengar Magneton the first game, he's not gonna then lead Pelipper Seismitoad game 2. It only works game 1. That's the problem.
True.
It's just a shame. It's just, yeah, once this happens to his Seismitoad and Pelipper, and I really hope it happens, I'm praying he leads Seismitoad, because it is such a good lead against our team if you don't know this tech. If he leads Seismitoad, Pelipper, or any variant, I'm going to be both mad at myself that I didn't pick Lapras, but also so happy that I get to pull off this double KO tech. It's just so beautiful. Just obliterating 2 mods. Even if he's Grass Berry Seismitoad, you just kill it the next turn with Giga Drain. What's it going to do?
Yeah. I think we've come up with some good techs. Like you said, it was a very awkward matchup, but I think we've given ourselves the best chance.
Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to. Like, we've given ourselves the best chance. Again, if you want to see everything in more detail, Jamie Boy's channel's right there. He's uploaded at the same time as this video goes live with his team builder, and where he went through the EV spreads. What he does is he breaks it down as he creates the spreads, so you get every single piece of information that Boyd's going through his head, and all of that. In testing, this team worked very well because the person I was testing against was trying to play like Vivid plays, and he loved leading Seismitoad Pelipper. Actually, he really loved leading Seismitoad in DD and then switching in Pelipper to have the Psychic Terrain to prevent priority, which I thought was pretty smart. Even though we don't have a Fake Outer, it still stops like our Shifu Sucker Punches and stuff. So, but even then, we still do the same thing. We Volt Switch and we Giga Drain and we win. So please lead Seismitoad Vivid. I know that this goes up. This goes up after we battle, but I'm sending energy that way. Thank you very much for watching this video. I know that like the team builders aren't as exciting as the battle, but we'll see you guys with the battle later today, and I hope I win. I really, really hope I win. Bye bye.